Every once in a while, you find yourself in a situation that you don't expect to be in, and you just have to deal with it. One of these situations for me was when my family moved from the home that I grew up in to a house in the middle of nowhere. I couldn't see my neighborhood friends anymore, so I had to find something else to do. And the place that we moved was an outdoorsman's dream. Trees filled the entire property, there was a creek running right through the woods, and we were so new to the area that you could walk 5 minutes in one direction and get lost. So I did what any ninth grader with a lot of free time during summer break would do. I took up gambling. Our local library had more movies than it did books, but I managed to find an enormous book that taught me strategies for blackjack and poker. And so I ignored the outdoors, and I sat inside for hours that summer, poring over this book, teaching myself how to count cards and stack the deck. Yes, I bend the rules when it comes to poker, but I tell people that beforehand, so I like to consider myself an honest cheater. And when I wasn't trying to swindle my 8-year-old sister out of her loose change, I would play against myself, trying to figure out how to win in any situation that I could. And there were some hands that I would win even if I had a bad hand. And there were others I would lose no matter what cards I had been dealt. But despite all my shady shenanigans, or perhaps because of them, I came to realize that a number of things that I learned at the poker table were just as applicable away from it. One of the worst mistakes you can make when playing poker is to go chasing after lost money. If you have a bad hand, don't keep playing just to get the money back. What's gone is gone. You're not getting it back. Instead, play for the next hand. A reluctance to let go of what's already gone. It can often be the deciding factor as to whether or not you move forward. Similarly, I found that this same reluctance can hold you back in life, whether it's staying at a job you don't like just because you've been there for a while, or keeping around the same friends just because you've known them for a while. A reluctance to let go can often be the reason that you're being held back. But instead of chasing after what's already gone, it's better to look forward to what's coming next, because you never know what opportunities are waiting for you right around the corner. Another effective poker strategy is bluffing. Essentially, putting on a big front to convince the other players that your hand is better than it actually is. Away from the poker table, this strategy can be incredibly effective, because a lot of life is simply action and reaction. I figured this out really quickly my first semester of college when I went to open tryouts for a play, and I quickly discovered that I was the only non-theater student in the room. But I just acted like I belonged, and I ended up being cast as Romeo in Romeo and Juliet. If you act like you know what you're doing, people will react like you know what you're doing. Lastly, when I first started playing poker, I had a tendency to make the same mistakes over and over again. I would throw away the good cards and hold on to the bad ones. But as time progressed, and I learned from these instances, I came to see that I didn't have to live up to my mistakes. And the bad habits that I once had did not have to define the good habits that I would hold on to. And I realized that no matter what had happened before, I don't have to live up to my own mistakes. But perhaps most importantly when playing poker, have fun playing the game. Due to my card counting and stacking the deck tendencies, none of my friends want to play with me anymore. And so I just have to enjoy it while I can. Similarly, a lot of the opportunities that I once took for granted I can see the end in sight. For the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of being around lots of friends and great people at Wright State University. But I'm graduating soon. And those same opportunities won't always be there. But instead of dwelling on the end, it's better to be thankful for what you have now and enjoy the present. Because you can't always control the situation that you're in. All you can do is play the cards you've been dealt. I just usually end up with the good cards. Not that straight.